Hi guys, this is a video to showcase my new build, Based Wander. I'm going to try to do a more concise and video with less filler, because I'm trying to get better at it. So without further ado, I have prepared a map here. It's a temp chains map, so I think it's going to give me enough time to go over everything I want to go in this video. I'm going to try to talk as I play, so you can also see a bit how I play and how I do stuff, and maybe pick up a couple of tips. It also has 80% physical damage reduction, and I use a physical damage wand. I'm going to show you that phys reduction is something you can easily deal with. It's a tier 13 wasteland map, and I'm going to put a bloodline spawn mod from Zana on it. So I wanted to do a Wander based build, but I thought that it's ridiculous to pay 30 exalts for a Skyfort, because in this day and age where the highest tier map you're realistically doing is like tier 12 or 13, and sustaining red maps is nearly impossible. Like, I decided to go with a much cheaper version of life-based Wander. And while it doesn't get the benefit of instant power charge generation from Skyforts, by using Herald of Ice Crimson Hit, I have found that for general mapping it's more than enough to sustain charges. Like, as you can see, this is 18 phys. This is a red map with 18 phys reflect, and my health is barely dropping at all. The leech, the lightning wall, the taste of hate, it all helps versus reflect. If you don't have lightning wall, I wouldn't be so sure of doing reflect maps, but with lightning wall it's more than enough. Taste of hate can be replaced by basalt flask, and it will provide almost the same mitigation. So this is a pretty tanky boss, and how you deal with bosses on these builds, it's by usage of Frostwall. So, okay, let's lure him somewhere open. You just put a couple of frost walls, and you basically shoot off screen. And as you can see, it does a really good single target damage. You can pretty much do any boss in the game by using the Frostwall. Kind of a cheat. Even like tier 15 bosses like Palakai, Dareso and Kaom are not gonna be an issue as long as you use Frostwall properly. Like, the best way to set it up is just one slightly behind, one slightly in front, so you get as much pierces as you can. I always try to drop 2 Frostwalls, except if it's a shitty like tier 10, tier 11 boss that I don't bother, just 1 Frostwall is enough. Let me talk about powerful precision from Deadeye, and how it relates to pierce chance. So it says that your projectiles gain pierce chance, and they gain less as they travel. So that means the further you shoot, you would technically get less pierce chance. But it seems to have an effective cap on how low that pierce chance goes, because no matter how far I shoot, I almost never notice a projectile returning, and even if it does, it's just one projectile. It's never that I notice like all 5 of my projectiles returning. Like, let's open this box and move away a bit so I can show you what I mean. See, like, does out of 15 projectiles that I shoot, only 1 or 2 may be returned in total. And if you're not standing like more than 1 screen away, it's never going to return, basically. As you can see, all of these projectiles are piercing. So that kinda saved me 4 nodes on the tree, and the powerful precision also gives you, basically, if you have 100% pierce chance, with I think you do with it, or at least close to 100%, it also gives you 100% critical strike chance. So it's, all in all, it's a very good node, saves you some passive points, gives you a ton of crit, so you don't have to use stuff like diamond rings. You can use for example, phase breakers instead of polygaros and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk about my flasks now. The reason I decided to go with block is I talk about it more in the trend, but it's just because of the crazy synergy between Ratpin Globe and Crown of Ice. Ratpin gives a ton of damage when used in combo with Crown of Ice, and incidentally Ratpin also synergizes as well with Ruby's Concoction, and you can get much more block than, for example, you would get a dodge by taking the Acrobatics cluster. And it also gives you a nice chunk of spell block, which actually became relevant again in this league with all the Spark monsters. So I done like about 15-20 red maps so far, and while this build is definitely not one of the tankiest I played, I'm actually very happy with its survivability. And once I get like level 93 and all relevant life nodes, is going to have 6,000 life, 70% block, I think 57 spell block, and Taste of Hate and Light Eagle. I think that's kind of an insane mitigation, and I'm going to be very satisfied with it because I like the way it's performing. After seeing how well this build performed, like 135 or 36 or whatever Gorge run, and consistently doing some 2-minute red maps when speed farming, it's hard to justify the cost of ES-based Wander, because why would you pay like 30 exalts just for Skyforce when almost all of my gear combined cost me something like 15-16 exalts, and that's because I have insane gear. If like you get slightly lesser, you can probably gear this build to perform well in red maps for like 10-12 exalts. That's like almost a third of the price of Skyfort, and as I said, it's hard to justify paying that much and going into life-based Wonder. And if you don't have Skyfort or a life-based Wonder, like, you have to rely on Kiara's determination, or you lose a huge chunk because of using Chayula, and while Kiara is nice, it's not always up. There are moments where you downside on it, so like you can get some crazy chance and boots, but you'd have to sacrifice that get chance to avoid being stuns. And overall, without Skyford, I don't think an ES-based Wonder is worth it. I think doing it live-based is much better, and as you can see from my videos, the survivability and clear speed is very satisfying. This is one of the fastest builds I've seen posted. Like, this build has clear times that other people, like clickbait people, into with their titles, but I hate doing that. And I've been very happy with how it's doing, so I think you'll enjoy it and give it a shot if you like Wonder builds. That's about it.